Hi there guys, so like many of us, Dillian Whyte has become increasingly frustrated during this lockdown. He's a fighter and he wants to fight, but now he has called out Anthony Joshua for his fake negotiations for that fight on April 13th last year, 2019, when Anthony Joshua opted to then go to New York and fight Jarrell Miller. Obviously, we know what happened from there, but Dillian Whyte has explained that Anthony Joshua and his management team and Eddie Hearn put no effort at all into making that fight because they didn't want it. They didn't want that fight because in December 2018, they already had arranged to fight Jarrell Miller on June 1st at Madison Square Garden, apparently according to Dillian Whyte. Now obviously that hasn't been confirmed, but that is what Dillian Whyte is claiming. This is what Dillian Whyte had to say himself about the failed negotiations between him and Anthony Joshua for that April 13th date in 2019. This is what he had to say. Don't do what Joshua did, saying I refused the fight when he already knew and had told everyone in December 2018 that he had arranged to fight Jarrell Miller on June 1st at Madison Square Garden in New York. Before his fake negotiations with me, I've spent more time haggling over the price of tyres for one of my cars than they spent negotiating with me for that Wembley fight. A couple of texts and a 5-minute meeting. AJ was trying to use me to make it look like he wanted the fight and that he wanted to fight in the UK. If he wanted to fight in the UK, why did he not fight Jarrell Miller or Andy Ruiz Jr. there? It's just rubbish. I've wanted to fight AJ again for years and they know that. He had an immediate rematch with Ruiz, but he won't give me a rematch. That's why I want the WBC belt, so he can't continue to avoid me and fool the public with these fake excuses. So there we go guys, that is Dillian Whyte's explanation and exposing talks between him and Anthony Joshua for that April 13th date in 2019. And we do know that that fight was being negotiated very close to the April 13th date. Anthony Joshua did not have an opponent, but that date was there, and time was ticking away. So it seemed like the only logical option was to move it back to June 1st and go to America. I mean, I don't think they would have gone to America if they weren't fighting Jarrell Miller, but we know what happened there. The rest is history. But still, that April 13th date, time was ticking away. And April 13th kind of seemed impossible. It didn't seem like that date was going to happen anyway. I mean, apparently, according to Dillian Whyte, there was already a fight arranged in 2018 December between Jarrell Miller and Anthony Joshua, so that was already done. Interestingly, Jarrell Miller was actually at Dillian Whyte versus Derek Chisora 2 on the 28th of December 2018. He was in the UK to watch that fight, so that's kind of interesting. Why was he in the UK at that point? But ultimately, that doesn't matter now because we know Anthony Joshua arranged to fight him, he got popped for drugs, and in came Andy Ruiz Jr., and obviously, the rest is history. So, that April 13th date isn't really relevant anymore. Obviously, Dillian Whyte wants that rematch. I believe Anthony Joshua does want to give Dillian Whyte that rematch because I know he thinks it's a good fight. I think that Anthony Joshua always says, is Dillian Whyte free when they don't have an opponent? Obviously, at the moment, Anthony Joshua has mandatories. Kubrat Pulev, then Alexander Usyk. Then Tyson Fury is going to be his number one target. If he can get Tyson Fury before that, then he's going to do that. But obviously, Dillian Whyte is mandatory to the WBC in February 2021. So Tyson Fury will have to fight Dillian Whyte first. So the Dillian Whyte versus Anthony Joshua rematch could be quite unlikely if Dillian Whyte fails to beat Tyson Fury because obviously Anthony Joshua has 2 fights, 2 mandatories, Alexander Usyk and Kubrat Pulev. Deontay Wilder must have his rematch against Tyson Fury, then Tyson Fury must fight his mandatory, Dillian Whyte. So they're both 2 fights away from getting in with one another. So that undisputed fight is likely to happen late next year if it happens at all. And could it be Dillian Whyte in there with Anthony Joshua at that point? We don't know. This is boxing, heavyweight boxing. Anything can happen. Dillian Whyte could beat Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury can beat Dillian Whyte. But we could have a completely different undisputed fight than we thought we were going to have. We thought we were going to have Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder for undisputed. Now it's Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury for undisputed. It could change again. But at this stage, Dillian Whyte would be happy with just a world title fight. Obviously, he wants to fight Anthony Joshua. That's his number one target. I believe it was Deontay Wilder, but now Deontay Wilder has lost and will likely lose again to Tyson Fury. I think Anthony Joshua is the number one target for Dillian Whyte. And not only if he does ever have that fight, will it be likely for an undisputed fight because obviously, as I said, he has to fight Tyson Fury before he gets to Anthony Joshua because he is mandatory for the WBC belt. So he's not going to turn down his mandatory position in order for a fight with Anthony Joshua. Or I don't think he will. He might, we don't know. Again, this is boxing. Anything can happen. But still, Dillian Whyte will likely fight Tyson Fury before he fights Anthony Joshua. And if he does not beat Tyson Fury, then obviously he's going to struggle to secure the Anthony Joshua fight. In the near future anyway. I believe the rematch will happen, but it's just whether it happens next year or not, and what belts are on the line at the time. But anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on this? According to Dillian Whyte, Anthony Joshua put no effort into making that fight on April 13th in 2019. Guys, drop your thoughts in the comments below, click your thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thanks, guys.